if there's ever a world where Sierra has still slept with Future, you chicks out here are done. All them asshole niggas on these podcasts that y'all don't like. You don't like they have a mic. You don't like they have a voice. And them niggas that be clowning the Russell Wilsons of the world and love being misogynistic assholes and claim that women love that. They will have all the power in the world if that ever comes out.
How did all the women get involved in this?
Because those kind of men hate to be Russell Wilson. So they rather be Future.
Hold it down. Hold it down.
All right, you can start. Or you want me to start? It's up to you.
And we are back in this motherfucker. You feel me? Another episode of the Hold It Down podcast. Here with your host with the most toast. You know what I'm saying? And honey mustard, never eating custard. You know what I'm saying? I be your boy, Saquon. You know what I'm saying? AKA Quan Diesel. You feel me? Out here with the glasses on. You know what I mean? Seeing everything in frame. Here are my co-hosts.
What's up, y'all? It's me, man, the Unstoppable Bloodbath, back at it again, the Hold Down podcast. Another episode right here in the kitchen, as you can see. Yeah, this is the podcast where we talk hip hop and battle rap culture as a whole. You've already heard from my co-host, the great Quanda Rousey himself.
Quanda Rousey, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, so
did not see that coming.
This episode, I can't gauge if this is gonna be a long one or not. Last episode was a hefty episode. We had more to say than I expected, and plus we had missed a week, so y'all kind of deserved a longer episode. This week, I don't know where it's gonna go. I really don't.
Because honestly, ain't too much news to talk about.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. The show's broken up into a couple parts. First part, hip hop shenanigans, aka Quan's favorite part of the show. Then we do an actual battle review. Then we close it out with like closing segments and artist of the week.
Bow, 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 bow.
This week, the hip hop shenanigans. I forgot to tell you I do have a battle rap related topic this week. So do you want to start with that or do you want to end with that?
Is it past days homicide, the suspect being arrested?
No.
Being charged with facing a first-degree murder charge?
No, I already knew about that last week.
Oh, okay. But yeah. News brought to you here first.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here
late.
First. Right on time, but not on time.
I guess that means I'll save the battle rap topic for the end then. Yeah. I'm gonna start off with something I know you didn't hear about. Is this Drake and Fantano situation? So
yeah, so this gonna be new. What's up with this?
Over the weekend, Anthony Fantano made a video showing that apparently he got DM'd by Drake just out the blue.
Mm-hmm.
So
very life altering type stuff right there.
At first, the Screech didn't know what it was about because apparently him and Drake had like DM before, but it was like about some like cookie recipe, like something real normal. Mm-hmm. And Fantano didn't originally show DMs at first, but then Drake is the one who put the DM. Like Drake showed DMs. Like Fantano wasn't even showing them at first. Drake leaked them, leaked his own DMs,
which low key makes sense because I feel like Anthony Fantano is really. There's very like in this age of clout, there's really very few people that like get the clout and really don't care for it. Like they just really do what they want to do, and it's like, oh, I get some money from it. I can pay my bills with it. Awesome, dope. But I'm just doing what I want to do for the sake of doing it. I'm not gonna. That's why I can respect Anthony Fantano for that. Like I feel like he definitely could have changed his shit to be more friendly and to get all advertisements and shit we seen what other people do once they get some actual monetization going on. You know what I mean? So it's funny that he's the one, just a little dude, not a little dude, I'm not disrespectful, like dude with glasses chilling in his crib reviewing albums, and he gets a Drake DM, and then the DM leaks, and it's not from the small man in the equation. You know what I'm saying? It's from Aubrey.
You want to know what
AG.
Do you want to know what Aubrey said?
What did he say?
Aubrey told him
Thank me later.
I give your existence a light 1, and it's only a 1 because you're alive, and also because you somehow wifed a black chick.
But what could have been lower than the light 1?
Death, nigga.
I was say first, I'll give him credit because Anthony Fantano is very much known for critiquing like even the good shit like harshly. Like that nigga. I mean, back when Kanye was good, like he would give some Kanye shit like a 7 or a 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's I remember he was talking with Joey Badass one time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joey Badass. Check out 2000. I haven't yet, but I plan to. But even Joey Badass was talking to him, and there was a song. I forget the name of the song. I think it was for Survivor's Guild or something. And he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "I like your song Survivor's Guild, man. It made me shed a tear." He was like, "But you gave the song a 7." He was like, "So you mean to tell me you gave a song? How often do you cry?" And he was being funny. You know how some people can get in their feelings. He wasn't in his feelings about it. He was just like, "So you used to be to tell me that a song that gave you actual tears is only a 7? Like you gotta at least give me an 8 or something. You gotta, maybe a low 9 or something. I made you cry, my nigga. Damn." But yeah, like it's also very Drake-ish because I feel like Drake, with the power he has, he can be very classy but mean at the same time. I feel like that's perfect. Just because I feel like Anthony Fantano wasn't bothering him, but he definitely dissed the shit out of him, but also did it classy. He's like, "I study you," so it's like here's a respectable fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the most respectable fuck you I feel like you can give because it's like, all right, I know your content, but I'm gonna give you a light 1. And I didn't even know Anthony Fantano married a black chick, so that's research on research. You know what I'm saying? Whether he had somebody else do it or whether he did it himself.
Drake knows who everybody's girl is. Remember, like I said, Drake Drake DM'd that one man's wife. So
he had a reason for that though.
Drake gonna find out who you with. So
that's why I'm low key glad that my wife didn't like his last album. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would do to get on his bad side, but if I ever did,
you're gonna lose. That's Drake. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no sexy flexy nigga we talking about. This is Drake, bro. I mean, I can understand if it was T.I. Like, hey, that's T.I.
But Drake? What I didn't like though was when Riley was like, "That nigga my age." Usher's a lady. Clearly, he was in his 30s at the time. Like he's very much less than 40.
That nigga my age.
At the very least, bro. But yeah, like I mean, hey, that's kind of crazy. That's crazy. I wouldn't know how to feel about that if I was ever given a shit like that. Like,
I would not feel like that either. I was like, nigga, what? Because from what I remember, I don't think Fantano said anything about Drake recently.
It's not recently.
That's what I'm saying. Not recently. That means Drake was just Drake had to get it off his chest, bro.
Because the only thing I can think of is probably, I mean, I know his last album was not received well in the streets at all.
It was not.
Niggas did not like it. I still haven't even listened to it, and I've never, I've been quoted on this podcast by you and a beard enthusiast to be a Drake stan, not just a fan. But I've only gotten to maybe like track 3. I know the last track that's actually back to his regular form with 21 Savage was a light track.
That's the only one I've heard.
Yeah, and there's a joint he has called Sticky, which people like. It's kind of like an old Drake flow on a bouncy beat instead of like other times he sings. And I just feel like on this tape, from what I'm hearing, the singing, he can be very hit or miss with the singing, and I feel like it's kind of more misses with the singing. Because even like when he does the bouncy stuff or the fast stuff, the singing is not really, it don't really be doing it often. You know what I'm saying? He can be very 50% on that. So it's kind of risky to do a whole album of that. Like you may have Controller and you may have one dance, but then we've had some duds also. You know what I'm saying? So
I hated Pop Style, but I know Pop Style was like somehow a big song off Views. I didn't like Views anyway.
It got him a number 1, even though he got like 21.
I didn't like Views anyway.
Views has been really like wildly loved over time.
I know. I didn't like it at all when it came out. I don't think I just won't.
Oddly, that's what he compared his the tape to, because it was like that's how Views was. Like people kind of universally didn't like it. Actually, shit, Views is what blew up Joe Budden's podcast, because Joe Budden was like talking heavy shit about it and it went viral. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it hasn't had a turnaround with this
I thought Joe Budden's podcast blew up after Tiger dropped Taste and all the clips of Joe Budden going doo doo doo. Those everywhere.
Nah, before then, what really gave him like actual like attention was the Drake, when he was dissing Drake, and then when he had a back and forth with him. Well, when Drake was dissing him, you know what I'm saying, and then he had the back and forth, and then the album came out, and he was like, "This album is ass, super ass, badass, no Joey, You know what I'm saying? So
he said all those things.
he didn't, but like he loves calling things ass. And
He
just
does.
being
This is
very aggressive.
very
When he's
true.
just like, I do not approve of this release. It's not my taste, and it's not my cup of tea. You know, that calling something aggressively ass is his way of saying not my cup of tea.
I've learned that before with him.
Yeah, I didn't know Anthony Fantano caught a nice thought out stray.
Yeah. I mean, is it catching a stray if it's directed at you? A stray is it wasn't directed at you. You just got caught in something. But like, bro, how did I get in this? This isn't a stray. Drake DM'd him. That's not a stray. That is Drake aim. Drake was targeting him and fired at him. That's not a stray.
Well, I feel like he just had the blicky on him and just wanted to choose violence.
Okay, that's not a stray. He said he found his target though, and it was Fantano.
It is true. He just wanted violence. You know? Much like the douche from Sausage Party just decided to choose violence. So yeah, that's I only know that because I think I watched the movie in the last month, and I forget that movie was a doozy. So like, it's one of the movies you just watch and it stays with you for a while.
I remember I watched it back when it was in theaters because I was back when I worked in movie theaters. So I saw it.
You saw it in the theaters? Oh, you were wild.
I saw it for free. I worked there.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that you did use work there.
Yeah. So I remember I was just like, all right, y'all. I remember it was the end of my shift one day. I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this bullshit, then I'm gonna go home. And I watched the whole movie, and I'm like, this was stupid. I should have left a while ago. Like this, I was hoping it would get better, but it didn't. It only got worse, and then the ending was so weird. Like it's only got worse as it went on.
It was. You know what's funny is like I was cool with everything because like I knew the people. Not I know the people, but like the names attached to it. I was like, it's gonna be that, and it ended up being just that. I was like, all right, cool. But then they were just like, all right. So we're just gonna leave the ending to give us the whole R rating we're gonna get. Like, we're just gonna bug out at the end, and they were just like, "Yo, like how?" They literally went to the animators like, "Yo, so how crazy can we get?" And all of them were like, "Wild," and they said, "Wild," and everybody went wild. That's I seen it before and almost forgot how wild that shit is. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? More than one woman has told me that she saw that scene and actually got turned on, and I'm like, so we get called horn dogs, but this type of shit that turns y'all on, that's crazy. All right.
Now I knew a girl. She used to watch cartoon porn.
There's a difference between like hentai because I feel like
it wasn't hentai.
Oh, it ain't. Well, people. Well, shoot. Then what is? We ain't
hentai is like it's Japanese inspired. Like it's like anime style.
Okay, so that's anime specifically. Okay,
yes.
Cool. Even though, so it ain't the same thing, but I get it. Okay, cool. But yeah, the person I'm talking about, I don't think they were into that. I think they just happened to watch this and just liked it. And I was just like, it's not for me.
It wasn't for me either.
Very aggressive too.
It wasn't for me either. I was like, nah, this was a lot.
As somebody that used to watch heavy porn at the time too, when I saw it, I was like, this ain't for me. It's too aggressive. Yeah. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? And it was so like, I didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, but that was just
because the movie wasn't like that at all. And then the ending, we just gonna do some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? How did we get here?
I low-key should have known just because it was so innocent with actual sexuality in the beginning, like with the hot dog in the bun, just like being like, just touch tips. That should have been a warning because I'm like, it's Seth Rogen and there's these other people involved and they're being sexually tame. Oh yeah, nah, not the same niggas that did the was it Zack and Miri make a porno?
I've seen that too.
And I just remember one of the scenes where I literally died laughing. Like I lost one of my 9 lives laughing. It was when they was doing the
anal.
Yeah,
and the nigga was under the camp.
I got frosted like a fucking cake. I played that scene like 6 times. That shit had me dying. That shit was the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. Literally, that was the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, shout out to Drake, shout out to Anthony Fantano. I don't even know how he could take that because I feel like for one, it's like one of the things where you could spin it and be like, "Yo, I must be important" or whatever, use it to boost up your confidence. But at the same time, it's like you can't get a message from somebody like that and be like, he's authentically upset. Like I feel like Drake has to be authentically upset to do that.
Fantano just started making tweets and laughing about it, like, all right, bro, whatever. Like Fantano didn't really seem bothered by it because what's the point?
But if he disappeared, we gotta watch out for Anthony Fantano now, and we gotta watch out for Ray J.
Yep.
They're only making the big people upset.
Everybody keep watch on Ray J, please.
Watch for the small people that keep pissing off the billionaires and people that own planes. Low-key, that'd be a free lyric in my head, and I don't know why, because I wasn't so concerned when Drake got a plane, but it's like, sometimes I really be like, on that Migos song when he was like, and I didn't want to mention the plane, but look at the plane. What is we saying? When you own a plane, you can make trash bars like that, and it still be a bar.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Listen, I mean, notice to Jay-Z. I feel like even the DJ Khaled verse, like, he wasn't. It's just because the shit he's saying is so real, it just has weight. So he can say simple shit, and it's just like, because I think I heard it in the barbershop, and I was like, yo, he was like, they don't know I had a Billy. Then I forgot about the other Billy. That's 2 Billies. Then I got 3 Billies. Can't forget about the other B. I'm just like, just as a bar, that's trash. But because we know he's actually like a billionaire or he's playing with billions, it has weight to it. And then because it's Jay-Z, we're just like, it's fire, whatever. Throw fire on top of it. Flame emojis. Matter of fact, Flex, bring that back. You know what I'm saying? Funk Master Flex Night.
Funk Master Flex Night. So yeah, there was indeed a flex night. Apparently, this flexing happened to August Alsina's face though. So you said that was your story.
Yes. So apparently, August Alsina and Tory kind of got into it. Now the funny thing is, from what I'm hearing is, Tory and August Alsina was in a vicinity together, probably like a club area. And Tory had, was extending the hand, to dap him up, and August ignored it. And apparently that was a big mistake because August must have ignored him while the person he's ignoring is probably deeper than him. You know what I'm saying? So while Tory is hence minus the case that's going on, he's an asshole, but he's not like, a person that seeks violence. You know what I'm saying? He's really one of the people that, like, if you meet him with some bullshit, he'll meet you right back, right? So I guess August Alsina was like mad about him making a bar of him saying he wouldn't have snitched on Jada. And I don't know why, but niggas really be holding on to this. I mean, as we see with Drake and Anthony Fantano, niggas be really holding on when you say some shit, because that was years ago. I know the Entanglement song came out a long time ago, so it's like whatever was said about you is at least a year old.
Yes, and
you still holding on to it and don't want to shake this man's hand, or at least like shake his hand and be like, "Yo, so what was that? What was that shit you was talking?" You know what I'm saying? It's like when you just want to straight up be like, "Nah." I feel like it's one of the things where, even as a man, I feel like if you just don't react to it, even if you don't, like, you feel pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll feel pussy if just somebody, like, it's like when one thing I like to do with my friends, right? Just to fuck with them, and my man Trey put me onto this. It's like, you know how you'll dap niggas up, right? One thing I know niggas do is they'll do like this. And it just leaves you sitting there lingering and feeling dumb. You just feel like something's missing. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you feel away, even though it's a simple gesture. It works every time. On anybody I do it to, it works every time, right? So I feel like if I was extending my hand to you and you just ignore the shit, you're gonna feel away. Male ego. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's probably what led to, apparently, in August Alsina's words, a leprechaun ran up on me. And that's all she wrote.
And didn't he start posting pictures afterwards of the altercation?
He got apparently he posted up bloodied up pictures of himself and whatnot. But Tory was taking the high road and being like, I don't even know what people were talking about. I've been focused on being a better person, which is really weird because you know who usually talks like that? The person that won. It's always the person that won that'll be like, I don't even know what y'all talking about. I've been sitting here meditating and praying to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's usually not. It's usually the one that anybody that be barking or showing pictures or whatever is usually the one that lost or is mad about it. So yeah, shout out to August Alsina. Shout out to Tory Lanez. We still waiting on that verdict, but I am bringing my Tory Lanez catalog back. I feel like it's not. Bless you, babe. I feel like it's not gonna go in the favor of. I just feel like it's gonna go a certain way. So there's that.
All right, and then the last like mainstream thing I had to talk about was the Lil Baby fans started a riot.
We're gonna start a riot.
So Lil Baby was supposed to perform at the. He was in Vancouver, British Columbia at this festival called the Breakout Festival. So this, and in our time, this happened yesterday on the 18th. They started a riot because he was supposed to be the headliner. Because it's Lil Baby. Come on now.
It is Lil Baby.
He's obviously the headliner everywhere he goes. But last minute, he had to cancel his set. And they had let the people know, hey, bro, I ain't going to be able to make it. They started booing, which, that's normal. People start booing. Then they started destroying tents and throwing garbage, raiding merchandise booths, and then they started smashing equipment. And the riot was big. I'm looking, I don't see nothing about like no deaths or injuries yet, but
thank God.
Lil Baby, he went on his IG story and made an apology, all that to the concert goers. Everybody who organized the festival because he didn't want this to happen. Obviously, no artist wants a riot.
Yeah, let me start with something that's not going to happen. I wonder if this will help people, that love to sue rappers for riots and shit like that. Understand that they be having nothing to do with it. It be their fans or the people that are fanatics and want to see them, and they're the ones with the energy that be doing all the shit, right? Unless somebody's really on their Hitler shit and really want to like be in front with the Molotov cocktail like it's No Church in the Wild music video or some shit, and want to be in front of a riot or some shit. They don't be causing these things. They just be it's a concert, it's an experience. They want to cause high energy. But nobody's trying to get nobody's really trying to say fuck school burn shit. Like nobody's trying to do that. They're trying to get their money. They're not trying to get sued over shit. So it's like this shit happened, and what are you gonna do? Blame Lil Baby? He wasn't even there. He didn't even say a word.
Apparently, Quavo and Takeoff had also performed there. No mention.
Oh, that's what did it. Oh, that's
no mention.
Quavo and Takeoff. Oh, when Quavo and Takeoff. Oh, they. Yo,
I know. I'm just saying. There's no mention of Offset in that listing because they still haven't formally said that Migos is broke up. But if Quavo and Takeoff is doing shows without Offset,
that says something.
It means a lot.
It says something. I ain't gonna lie. Also, they haven't. I feel like they should address each other, but I feel like it's just one of them things where cause I ain't gonna lie, it hurts a little. Cause that was one group I was like, yo, this is a real tight knit group. Like, they're hopefully they don't break up. But I've seen Dipset break up, seen G-Unit break up. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like the last group that may hurt my feelings if they break up is D Block or the Locks. They any problems they have, they keep it to their damn self. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with that. I like that it's not two people dissing each other. It's just Offset having his problems with the label and wanting to own his shit and just do different ventures, be on a solo tip, which is okay. People feel that way. You have three different personalities. They're not gonna always want to be like, yeah, be a band until the end. Y'all all had a taste of doing solo albums. Maybe Offset liked it a little more than everybody else. Honestly, people were saying out of the three, Offset's was the best received one. Like Quavo's kind of, I won't say disappointed, but it was kind of like mid. It didn't really I feel like it didn't disappoint, but it didn't go to the level that people thought because he was kind of the Beyonce of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Takeoff always gonna have his respect, as Takeoff, but he's also gonna have his lack of recognition for being Takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that's with him. And then Offset, I don't know, Offset be having his moments of like being recognized for being a dope member of Migos, then his dance moves, and then being Cardi B's husband. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he just wants to be on his solo shit, and I'm not mad at it. I'm just glad niggas ain't dissing each other. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, and I hope it stays that way too, because I don't want one niggas get tired of the questions and be like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck that nigga. Fuck those two niggas. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because they're still family at the end of the day. So I hope it just stays cordial, even if they don't never mention each other. Let it be cool until they do reunite.
Lastly, on the battle rap tip, we have the full card for Summer Madness. What one this is? What is it? 11? Nope. 12. Summer Madness 12 at full card. It's this weekend, 24th.
You mean 11 plus 1?
Yes.
Because we don't fuck with 12.
You are correct. It's in the number before 13.
I'm letting y'all niggas know I ain't saying none of that shit in front of police. I'm a civilian when it comes to police.
So we're gonna give our predictions. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Danny Myers
Barga
versus Fonz.
I'll give it to Danny Myers. He's been on fire lately.
Danny the Myers. All right, that's a safe bet.
It's definitely gonna be a good battle though, because Fonz has been on fire too.
Yes, I think I'm gonna go Danny also. It's the safer pick right now. I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Danny. Chess versus Shotgun Suge.
Yes.
I too will say Chess. I'm gonna say 2-1.
I just hope that at least Shotgun Suge shows up to make it like a nice battle.
Easy the Block Captain versus Calico.
Easy. I'm fucking with Easy. Easy has a vendetta. Whoever he battles, he just tricks himself into hating that person for the battle. I feel he might be one of the last people. Like he's kind of like ironically, I feel like he reminds me of like the early Calicos. I feel like when Calico was first coming in, and he was killing shit. He just kind of he didn't conduct himself like somebody that was trying to make battle rap friends. So he was just kind of like
he talks about it all the time.
Yeah, he was
very adamant about that.
He was shitting on everybody. Now he's been in it for years, so he's had to make some friends and some people he's cool with. But he still don't be trying to be too friendly with niggas. But probably Calico could kill anybody because he ain't had no ties nowhere. And he wasn't cool with niggas. He would come through, do what he got to do. Ain't nobody gonna kill Smack. Go home. You know what I'm saying? Easy's kind of like that. Like Easy, he's not gonna be cool with you until y'all battle.
My only issue with Easy is he needs shorter rounds, bro. His rounds be ridiculously long.
I won't hold that against him just because it'd be entertaining. I haven't heard a weak round from him yet. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even though it do be long, like I don't be like, man, just wrap it up already. Unless I got something to do. You know what I'm saying?
Tay Rock versus Swamp.
I'll give it to Tay Rock, even though Swamp has been on a different level.
There's been a different Swamp lately. Like this year, Swamp is getting his respect out here.
Swamp is definitely upgraded. Whatever tier he was at, he's past that. He's moved up a little. He's evolved. But I'll still give it to Tay Rock.
I will also go Tay Rock. Last one, Sue Surf versus JC.
Actually, JC's been wanting Sue Surf for a while, hasn't he?
He's been saying for years the Surf been ducking him, but now that JC won the most recent Ultimate Madness tournament.
Okay, so he finally got that. Sue Surf. We're still gonna remain in this podcast that like while we understand, okay, JC is cool, I still don't understand why he be just. It just feels like Chris Jericho getting the world heavyweight title again and again, and I'm like, he's a good wrestler, but he's not that, and I don't understand why he's there. Like
Jericho's a legend.
He is, but he was very much intercontinental. That was his world. That was his realm. He had that all day, but he had even a few shots at the world's heavyweight. But if I should start seeing him with The Rock more than I should, then I'm gonna be like, what's going on here? Where's Triple H? Where is he on vacation? Where's he at? All right.
The weird thing about Jericho is that one, he still wrestles. And two, he's like bigger than ever because he's been around so long that he's wrestled everybody at this point. So now it's like he's been just completing side missions. So he's in that in that phase of his career. Yeah. And like Jericho, he reinvents his character so much. and I'm not exaggerating. When Jericho came out, he was the Lion Tamer. Then he was a Lion Tamer, and then what was he? Y2J. Everybody remembers Y2J. I remember
that. That's the era I know.
Yeah, he was Y2J, and then he had the phase where he was making a list and calling everybody stupid idiots. I forget what that was called. I think it was called like Corporate Jericho or something. Then he was
wrestling.
Le Champion. That was more recent. Then he was the
Spanish appropriation.
That's French.
Not okay.
Yeah, it was Le Champion. Then he was the Painmaker because he was going up against Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker. So he said, "Nah, I'm not the Rainmaker. I'm the Painmaker." And yeah, he's had like two others. He reinvents himself so much. He always stays relevant in wrestling. But I completely agree with you in the sense of in the era where he was in WWE, it was like, bro, you're like respected, but you're not.
Y2J should not be in he wouldn't be in a Final Four way with Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Triple H. He wouldn't belong there. Okay, throw Undertaker in there, maybe even Kane, somebody else, not Chris Jericho. You know what I'm saying? Now if you put Chris Jericho versus Edge, now we're talking.
Guess so.
Okay.
Have I told you I met Chris Jericho before?
No.
Yeah, I actually had his autograph. I lost it eventually, but I had his autograph for a while too. Nice guy.
That's sad, man. But Glaz's a nice guy because I've definitely heard plenty of celebrities, especially wrestlers, being assholes.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's gonna do it for Hip Hop Shenanigans this week. Everyone take at least 10 minutes out your day to watch a Chris Jericho clip.
And like, comment, and subscribe. Also, quick thing, I will give Joe Budden some credit for holding DJ Academics accountable following the PNB Rock death. We ain't even got to go into details. I'm just pretty sure I can assume what Ack has done. And I can assume what Ack has done, and if he's definitely going to have that energy with Adam 22, which was false energy and false driven energy, or at least if you're going to have that energy and that's how you feel about it, then have that with your mans, and he does. Because I've been seeing like clips of Ack and PNB Rock's interview, come out following his death, which everybody's gonna do that because Bootleg Kev done that. Like other people are gonna do it. It's what people do. So it's like only time I feel like it would be in bad taste is if like it's some bad shit going on, which is even worse because I can understand you don't want to be clout chasing with somebody's death as a media person. It's just maybe it really is the black thing because I feel a way about that. Like literally after Pop Smoke's death, and I make drill beats all the time. I ain't even like putting Pop Smoke type beats out just because I feel like it would get more traction, but it's just like I don't feel right doing that because I feel like there's a reason now. Even though everybody know I'm a Pop Smoke fan, I have other Pop Smoke type beats on my shit. He's a type beat that I make, but it's like it's just weird. But yeah, I feel like while not hearing what Joe Budden has to say because I don't really follow his podcast, like I used to. I can imagine how he felt about it, and I just respect at least, if you're going to keep the white man accountable for some shit that is really not his fault and yell at him for 3 hours with your homies about it, hold your man Academics accountable too.
I agree.
So, like I said, rest in peace to PNB Rock. Cool. I used to do shout outs, but I ain't about to shout out those two.
So, this week's battle is this is a pretty recent battle. This was actually out here in Atlanta. We got A-Ward versus Rum Nitty.
Bye.
So I forget what the card was called. I know it was a Riot battle.
I'm gonna start a ride.
Yeah, Riot. That's Geechee Gotti's league, but Nitty and A-Ward. That's been a matchup people been wanting for years now.
And they damn sure got it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If niggas want to know who we thought won this battle, I'm going to tell you this. Nigga, Geechee Gotti won. Geechee Gotti won, my nigga. These two niggas love Geechee Gotti because this was a performance that was, I ain't gonna say it was beyond the venue or beyond like the card or whatever, but this was a good ass performance from both of them. So I was like, these niggas did not want to slouch at all. They either really wanted to battle each other, or they really was like, nah, I gotta do this for my nigga Geechee. You know what I'm saying? On both sides, because when I tell you, like, especially the first round, we gonna get right into it. First round, bro, Rum was coming out swinging, crazy in his bag, just the most rum you can get of rum. Like he was rumming it up.
Yeah, he had some really good schemes. His
good punches, good
NCAA schemes about like the college teams and all that. He had a whole scheme about that. That one was really strong. All his punches in the first round was hitting. Like the crowd was following him. He had a really strong first round.
Yes, I give that boy credit for that. Yeah, he was. And then I was like, okay, A-Ward got a tough challenge ahead of him. Then A-Ward come through.
He started off with a good rebuttal.
Bruh, he come through. He on that same type of timing, my nigga. He's like, he rebutted that shit crazy. Like, I was like, all right, we got a good battle ahead.
Yeah, and then he went into how he done beat up pretty much every Crip in battle rap at this point. Yes. Like I done beat all the Crips. Like he the only one left. I was like, damn, that's a good point.
I will say though, A-Ward has found a way, and this wasn't in the first round, but A-Ward has found a way to have the best Geechee Gotti behind the tree bar, like, ever. Like, he got the number one, and he wasn't even battling Geechee. Geechee just caught it straight, but even Geechee had to be like, damn, bro. Bro, that shit is crazy, bro. Nigga said, nigga compared him to all the aliens, which maybe I might be missing something. Is that like Rum Nitty's new persona that he's an alien or something?
It's not new, but yeah, people been calling Rum an alien for a while now.
So now he's like, yo, what kind of alien is he? Is he this? Is he Marvin the Martian? Is he this? I think he's Groot because Geechee stand behind him and he says the same thing over and over. I was like, that shit is crazy. That shit was crazy, bro. But yeah, this was, I ain't gonna lie. Other than that, I ain't got too much to say. These niggas, yo, both of these niggas was going crazy. I will say the second round was a slight step down from the first because I feel like the first was so amazing on both sides. And then I feel like the third was like a little bit of a step up, but still in between the third. I feel like the first was the best round on both sides.
In the second from Rum, that was the round where we got the Shooter Christian with a nail gun bar. I was like, damn, I ain't see that coming. Then he had the bar about the haymakers, because you know what I'm saying, A-Ward is one of the four horsemen. That's what his group is called. I was like, all right, that was good. But then before Rum could finish saying his closing thing, A-Ward immediately rebutted about the haymaker bar. And I was like, damn, that was he was ready. Like as soon as he heard the bar, he had to rebuttal like instantaneously.
Yeah.
Then even in the second though, A-Ward, he switched up his flow a bit in the second. He switched to a faster flow. I thought that was good, showing some versatility, trying to keep the battle interesting. And he ended it off with the bar about the pallbearers, how these dudes gonna let you down. I was like, that was crazy.
That shit was good.
And then the third, that's when Nitty, it seemed like he spaced his third out a little more. His third wasn't as densely packed, but it was still some good stuff in there, like the one about the till I see blue and green, about the white people changing colors. Like, damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then he had the
Shout
bar.
out to Eddie Griffin. That was the first time I heard somebody say something like that. He's like, white people are the real colored people. He's like, what? When you get frustrated, you turn red. You swing on them, they turn blue, purple. You know what I'm saying?
And then the bar where he said, I never seen a nigga own a horse. That bar shook the room. Yeah. Then A-Ward, he didn't really have too many haymakers in the third. He was just talking good in the third. Like he really like the scheme where he broke down Rum's career on Smack and all that.
Yeah.
And how like they really be just throwing Rum and shit. And then the long forgiveness bar, that one was good.
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all I had to say about that. It was just a very good battle overall.
Yeah, it was one of the things we're just gonna be repeating ourselves because it was just a really good battle on both sides. Honestly, I wouldn't say I was impressed because these are two people that are like, I don't know what tier A-Ward is in because without the Smack recognition and whatnot, I don't know where really people place him. because he kind of on the other leagues he can kind of get whoever he wants. But I would put him in the top tier because he definitely be providing some fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't be stumbling too much. Like, even on his worst day, you'll still get like a B level award. You know what I'm saying? And we already know about Rum Nitty. We ain't got to talk about him.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into the scores.
Crowd control.
Crowd control. I gave Rum a 5 for the crowd was eating at his hand, and I also gave A Ward a 5. I feel like the crowd was really feeling A Ward. I do feel like the crowd was feeling Rum slightly more, but I just feel like I couldn't. I feel like A Ward was being felt enough that it was more than a 4 in my opinion.
Okay. Crowd control. I gave them both 4s this time. I respect the 5s. I do really respect the 5s. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I
gave them 4s just because when I listened back to it again, it was like when I listened back to it was the first time I was like, all right, this feels like a 5. But then the second time, it was the crowd. The crowd would get excited, but maybe it's because this was such a respectful crowd that I didn't give them the full 5 because at least the crowd's just lingering on so much that people got told them to shut up type thing. Maybe it's because this crowd.
It was a very respectful crowd.
Maybe that's why I didn't give them.
Wait, it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, there was a King of Diamonds. Not King of Diamonds. There was a King of Diamonds. Yeah.
You know what's funny? They dead ass kept saying that they're in a strip club with it, and it still went over my head. I was like, they're really battling this. Because I feel like I'd be so pressed and so just honed in on the battle that like I'd be forgetting the venue.
It was not at King of Diamonds. King of Diamonds, there was a Magic City.
Magic City, okay. Still, it's still.
But I'm thinking about, I was like, bro, King of Diamonds is not. That's in Florida. I've been there. It was Magic City.
I just feel like battle rapping in a strip club is crazy.
They said that the venue changed.
Yeah, the venue did have to change. They did say that.
There was the proposal was gonna be somewhere else at first, and they switched it to Magic City last second.
You know what's funny? Battle rap really be on some like Def Jam Vendetta shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Def Jam Vendetta would have a freaking fight in the middle of a strip club. One of the venues would be in a construction place. One of the venues would be right here. They just be finding a spot that got the space, got lighting. All right, let's make it happen.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a Magic City with it.
I really wish we can get another one, but you know the rap game is too kind of complicated for that right now.
Delivery,
I gave Rum a 5. I really I feel like his delivery was at his best, even to the point that like specifically with Rum, it almost felt like a movie because like when he would just say shit and how the crowd would react, it almost felt like not a mockery, but like an imitation of like how battle rap would be perceived, if that makes sense. Like it just even the aggression, you would be like, shoot a Christian with an air gun. Like it was just perfect. I don't know. Something about it was just perfect. A Ward, I also gave him a 5 because even though he has a squeaky voice, I feel like I've become comfortable with it. He knows how to deliver. He knows how to put the aggression in it, so I don't even be bothered by it. And he knows how to deliver his intensities at the right times. So I'm going to give him both 5s.
I too give them both 5s on delivery. This was a good Rum Nitty in the sense that he, on his really strong punchlines, like he was acting them out. The one that was the funniest one was I forget what he said. The one he said like he's like something lay him on the table, slide him in the cart like a cat scan, and then he slid back like he was a coffin. I was like, nigga, what?
He was in his bag that day, man.
Yeah, and that one was funny to me because this was the slide motion. That's what really made it funny to me. But
you get a battle rapper that knows how to moonwalk. That's just gonna be the greatest. That's gonna be a viral moment. I just need somebody that has a good Michael Jackson bar and just moonwalk when they do it. This shit could be fired for no reason.
Yeah, the only person who would probably think to do that is JC, because JC was a dancer. I'm surprised he ain't did it yet, but God. he really be avoiding dancing, so makes sense.
Yeah, and plus what wouldn't work with him is I feel like he's too technical of a rap. He don't. I feel like it would have to be like a really well made bar, but it would have to also be simple so anybody could get it.
It had to be somebody who performs good, like
he kind of don't really do.
Lou Castro could do it.
Oh, for sure. Definitely, that's the perfect person for that. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, with JC's kind of more on the complicated side. He don't really, even with like he don't really. He's more about the bars and just delivering. He don't really try to like do animation with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right, so
Haymakers.
I gave Rum a 4.
Okay.
On the Haymakers, I was trying to avoid the fact that we definitely said it like Youngberg. Like I tried not to, and it still came out like
it was on purpose.
And then you leaned right into it.
I did it on purpose.
Haymakers. But yeah, I gave Rum a 4 on the Haymakers. Bars definitely fire. I just feel like keeping it real. I really like this battle, but I did feel a sense of dick riding coming from myself. So I was like, if there's anything I can critique and say that it wasn't A1 or like perfect, the bars was good, but I feel like I've seen better from him that I've given him 5s before.
Yes.
So I can give him a 4 on that. And the same with A-Ward.
Okay.
The bars was there. Delivery would be amazing and make bars sound harder than they really were sometimes. But yeah, I gave them both 4s.
I also gave them both 4s. Basically the same thing that you said, in that I've seen them, it seems like, try harder or like try to prove a point more against other opponents.
Yeah.
Especially with A-Ward's third, where it was a good round, but you could tell that like he took his foot off the gas a little bit as far as punchlines goes. And like even with Rum Nitty's third, he spaced it out more, where it wasn't as dense as the first 2 rounds. So like, and I've seen battles where they just hit people over the head constantly. Yeah. And like there was the people like the people didn't have room to breathe type shit. Like so, and I known that they can do that. Yeah. That's why it's 4 this time.
I ain't mad at that.
Zone.
I ain't gonna lie, I gave them both 5s. They were both comfortable. They was in their bag. They was doing their thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Because I also gave them both 5s. They have a perfect even score out of me. Perfect 18 for both of them. I gave them a tie.
I gave them a tie also. It was definitely 19-19. Yeah. I definitely gave them a tie. I was like, this is a very close battle. Now I would say if anybody could edge it to anybody, I would say Rum slightly, but it was like so slight that I couldn't bring it to the scores. If we had decimals, maybe, but if we doing solid numbers, it's a tie. It's a close one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was definitely a good battle. You know what I'm saying? Very entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And niggas kind of kept it a little on the short side. Like it wasn't crazy long. I appreciate that. Niggas be having shit to do.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I had laundry to do and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had dishes to do.
So, I understand.
You know what I mean? But yeah, good battle, good showing, good shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you battle. You know what I mean? That's how you get a battle off. And I was like so great because I was like, they were going hard at each other. And I was like, are these niggas cool or not? And then it was like right after the battle ended, they both came with the same time jab. I was like, all right, so these niggas is cool. So that's why I was like, all right, nah, Geechee Gotti won. Because these niggas was going at each other like they didn't like each other for a little bit. Like it was intensity. There was intent. Like they didn't slouch, I feel like, at all when it came to delivering what they needed to deliver. But because we've seen some battles where people actually fought with the person they battling, and it kind of hinders their performance. Yes. They don't really give the best. This one, I feel like they gave some of their best work here.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So yeah, good battle. We'll get into
Did you get any bars?
Nah, I ain't no bars on this one.
No bars this time, but we do have Artist of the Week.
My Artist of the Week. This one's gonna be a different one. Central C.
That's a name you've never said before.
Yes. Even my wife knows. I've been listening to this guy. He's a UK drill artist. Well, yeah, the British artist. I want to quote it directly from Google. But those might know him from his song going viral, Doja. I feel like he had the opening verse of the year. Not opening verse, but the opening line of the year. Can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. That shit just hits so hard to me. Like, I feel like that's just a fun but fire opening line. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
For a drill joint. And I've been kind of particularly taking a liking to him because he does drill. And I love drill music as a New Yorker. It just become, the beats have just become like our shit. But he's also he's less violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, every song is not sliding on the ops and whatnot, but I still get that aggression. But not sliding on the ops. It's like, he's really just be talking about stuff. We talking about girls, talking about his day-to-day life now. We talking about things he used to do. But he's not talking about, like, I'm trying to catch an op but he got $1 million of jewelry on. We know damn well he ain't slide on the ops. And what fucking sucks is if there's any time he's around the ops, it's either gonna be the ops getting on him. Apparently, it's upsetting and sad. But yeah, like I kind of like the guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a way for me to get my rocks off, but not have to hear so much death. I've told Bloodbath off camera that listening to like Chance and Joey Badass and even Ransom, you know, it's kind of made me like feel just better listening to shit with some lyrical content. You're seeing some thought behind it, even if it's still talking about crime. It's like intelligent crime though, instead of just like, yo, when I catch an op, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? Or for the most part, especially with the Bronx drill, it'd be kids saying this shit. It'd be people that legit just turned 18, just graduated high school, if they're still going. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be on live and having ops in the school, which I'm just like, I don't even know how you do that. I don't know how you guys are really out here killing each other, but you go to school. I don't even know how that life is. But, you know, just a little escape from death, but still getting some good music. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be trying to lean towards that a little more. But yeah, Central C. I'll give Central C that shot. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been listening to a little bit of Ice Word Vezo and Gunna for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. My artist of the week. I'm gonna give a R&B recommendation this week. Are you familiar with
Run Fires?
No, Nia Sultana.
Who?
Nia Sultana.
Nia Sultana? No, yeah. But her name sounds like she only makes fire.
Yeah, she got this. It's an EP. It's only 7 songs long, called Bigger Dreams.
She can't
came out in June
like and drop trash music. You gotta be fire.
You gonna like? She even got a Rick Ross feature on a song called Proven.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what she look like.
Nia Sultana. Okay. You know what that reminds me of? That low-key reminds me of the first time I listened to Tinashe. Because even though she ended up being more on the pop side, her first tape I heard from her was a thing called Black Water, and she was kind of dressed just like that in a black background, looking like this. And it was a decent tape. It still had like of course pop elements and whatnot, but it was like a fire tape, and it definitely had, you know, it caught my moment and made me a Tinashe fan. My wife knows my days when I was a big Tinashe fan.
Yeah,
you know. But
how did you feel when she broke up the New Boys, or was this before or after you became a Tinashe fan?
I told her to her face that you're a jerk.
Makes sense.
You know what she told me?
What?
All hands on deck.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because it would take all hands on deck. Because you're a big guy, Quan. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty hard to tie you down. It's pretty hard to tie you down.
And I was trying hard to say, I was like, I have to find something to say other than I know, because that's what's expected. It's like a Charlie Clips bar. Everybody's expecting it.
No. I'm gonna go back to the New Boys, man. Get you a tie me down.
What makes it worse is they ain't have no other hits.
They have no other hits, bro. Like you only had You're a Jerk and Tie Me Down. That's it.
They had one other joint, like, you know, You're So Dope, but that was only popular on World Star, which you don't even know what that means because them numbers be fudged.
Yeah, you have to pay to get those other numbers on World Star. It's like, no, those don't count.
Yeah, for sure.
Those don't count.
You know what I'm saying? Unless I try to find a way to reference freaking Ben J going on blast talking about having his gun in the mirror and shit. I just feel like that's some shit you shouldn't say. That's the fucked up thing. Is like I know niggas do that shit because even Pusha T be like, I bet you niggas practice in the mirror. We know niggas do that dumb shit, but like you can't say that shit out loud because niggas is gonna clown you.
Yep.
And it was following him going through some actual real traumatic shit, so it just nullified his actual traumatic experience, and it was like, you know, it was wild, but you know, just niggas love going to Vlad and giving him exclusive shit like that.
Yeah, but yeah, she's my artist of the week right now, Nia Sultana. Check it out, Bigger Dreams.
Me and the wife will definitely check her out, see if she got that fire. You know what I'm saying? She got a song with Shea Crew. Okay, that's respectable. That's respectable. Now, we'll definitely know if she got a song with Victoria Monet. She got a song with Victoria Monet one day, then we're going to know she's serious, right, babe? You just want me to stop including you in this.
Why are you so determined to make your wife a feature of the show? She doesn't want to be on the show.
Because I'm big married.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm big married and me and my wife are one.
But this is not the Big Married podcast. It's the All the Down podcast. This show's about battle rap and hip hop culture as a whole. That how is your marriage has never been what the show is about.
The funny thing is though, Bloodbath don't realize he just fucked up because if me and my wife come out with a podcast and it's called Big Married, you gave the name. You just gave the ill name. That sound like something.
I don't give a damn. He called you. You can call the show just us. I don't give a fuck what you call the show, nigga.
You know what? That's why I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure that podcast goes platinum, and then I'm gonna call Bloodbath just to be like, hey man, you know that I want you to remember, hey, you know you named it right. So honestly, you should get a percentage of this thing.
I don't want anything to do with that.
But you ain't getting shit. Click. That's all I'm gonna do.
I hate relationship shows.
I'm gonna do like freaking I'm gonna do. You ain't gotta be a part of it. I was just gonna try to act like I was gonna do you like how Kanye said he was gonna do Beanie Siegel with Yeezy. Mm-hmm. You remember that, right?
No, I don't remember.
No. Okay, so I gotta explain it a little bit. It's real quick. So apparently Beanie Siegel was the one that gave Yeezy the name Yeezy. He's the one that used to call him that. Mm-hmm. So he's like, yo, since it's doing so well, kinda since he came up with the name, he should get a percentage. And that's when Beanie Siegel would be like, yo, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? You serious about it? It's all love, bro. Let me get that. So he wanted to give him like 5%. And that was after, he was announced as a billionaire and stuff. So, 5% of a $1 billion company, that ain't no small change.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that's the show this week. Quan, tell people where to find you.
You can find me with my wife, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to find me online, I'll be at SayQuanondabeat. The niggas got me for my original shit, so now it's Saquon on the beat on Instagram. But if you want to find me on other platforms, you know what I'm saying, where they haven't got me yet, it's Saquon D. That's SayQuand. You know what I'm saying? I'm never on Facebook, sometimes on Twitter, usually on Instagram or TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So holla at me on those platforms. Where can they find you at?
If you're looking for me, all my socials are the same. They're pretty easy to find.
At Not Married.
I'm not, but that also would never be my at. In my never would I do that.
What would be funny is how would you change it once you get married?
You can always change your at, but it's just type of thing where that's just such.
It just wouldn't be related. You would have to be like,
that's the type.
Change it to married.
That's the type of label. Did you put that on yourself? That's like a forever alone type of label, bro. You know what I mean?
Alone.
That's nah. That's nah, fam. Can't even do it to myself. But all my socials are the same. At Bloodbath, talk to me, I talk back. I like to keep all my socials streamlined. Keep them simple.
Well, you just keep your shit safe. You know what I'm saying? Keep them 2-step verifications before them boys come and get you.
I do it on everything.
You feel me?
Everything's 2-step verification.
Freaking the internet now is like freaking LA when it comes to niggas taking profiles. It's getting greasy.
The problem is you wouldn't listen to enough Sierra. That's why you didn't know you had to get 2-step verification.
You got that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
You got that. Side note, one last thought. I've listened to that Real Boston Richie song featuring Future, and that's one of a verse where he mentions he still sleeps with C. He only said C. Niggas have been trying to say that he's saying he still sleeps with Sierra. While I don't believe it, if there's ever a world where Sierra has still slept with Future, you chicks out here are done. All them asshole niggas on these podcasts that y'all don't like. You don't like they have a mic. You don't like they have a voice. And them niggas that be clowning the Russell Wilsons of the world and love being misogynistic assholes and claim that women love that, they will have all the power in the world if that ever comes out.
How did all the women get involved in this?
Because those kind of men hate to be Russell Wilsons. You know what I'm saying? They rather be Futures. They rather praise Futures, even though Future's a very toxic individual, you know what I'm saying, with the public perception. Mm-hmm. So, and women always be like, yo, Sierra looks so happy. I want to find out what prayer did Sierra pray to get Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. But it'll be the same niggas that'll be like, yo, Russell Wilson's a square, da-da-da. They make Russell, nigga Conway said, yo, I wouldn't want my son raised by Russell Wilson. You mean a wholesome, regular guy that's holding down the household? You wouldn't want your son to be influenced by that at all? There's nothing wrong with him. Niggas just find a reason to be mad or not like him because he's actually a square good guy.
So
you know what I'm saying? Fuck him for being that, right?
If I'm tracking,
but if Sierra ever cheats on that with Future, it's a wrap because public perception. Everybody's gonna be like, y'all wouldn't be saying y'all want this, but then look at Sierra and Russell Wilson in the future. She went back to him. Y'all really be liking that toxic shit.
So if I'm tracking your logic correctly,
here you go tracking my goddamn logic because you gonna find a way to make me sound dumb. So go ahead.
I'm not gonna say that you sound dumb. I'm not gonna say that you sound dumb. I just don't understand how
I don't even like
Sierra's actions speak for all women. Because like at that point, that's like saying that Future's actions are the example of what guys look up to as well. He's like, damn, if Future doing it, I need to be doing it too. Like,
there's a few people out
so
there.
As soon as Sierra cheats. Are you gonna look at your wife like, damn, Sierra cheated? You a cheater too?
No, I'm just saying for the.
But if Sierra does something,
I'm saying specifically to the misogynistic voices that have podcasts that women don't like. Those men are gonna be super powered. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's gonna be like you already can't change their mind, but now they're gonna be like, fuck whatever you talking about, because all y'all lie. Because Sierra, the person that y'all be wanting to be, and the person y'all claim that y'all want, you gonna cheat on him. So it's like, how you telling me that you want this? You want a traditional man, you want all this stuff, but you over here cheating on the good guy that you finally get.
My following question: why do you care? Do you know any of these people?
No.
Do their lives affect you at all?
No.
So why do you have such a stake in the outcome of these people's lives?
For the same reason we have a battle rap podcast and we talk about news topics which features only people that we don't know.
You're right. We don't know those people. We don't like those people, which is why that's called Quan's favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Because you're the only person who gets excited about that. I talk about it because I have to. And I like talking about quantifiable things like wins and losses. You'd be like, nah, fam.
And I like talking about Meek Mill's album wins and losses.
That was one of Meek's best albums.
It was a good album. Shout out to Rico. Rico is my favorite song on there. But yeah. So that's how I just see things going because I'm just like, I highly doubt that it would ever happen. But if there's ever a world where that happened, the internet would be in a frenzy with all kinds of crazy clips and misogynistic shits. Because, I be on TikTok. You really on Twitter more. So yes. I feel like your Twitter's probably built to be what you like. I feel like TikTok, I still haven't figured out yet. So one thing I do like though is I like music, I like funny shit, and I like supporting Black women. And I feel like somewhere along there, I get across a line of these niggas that like to say either misogynistic shit, or I'll get the women that are just hurt and they're talking shit about men in general, but they're really talking about a certain kind of man, but they just will speak on all and not use the proper words, and then like shit just gets like fumbled and tripled and whatnot. Basically, I went on TikTok and just been like, yo, we all need to stop this shit. I'm tired of men pointing the finger at women saying you're at fault, you're not traditional, you doing this. And I'm tired of women pointing the finger at the men being like, you're not traditional, you're not like this, da 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 da. Listen, everybody needs to go to therapy. Everybody we've both done each other wrong. There's men that have done some shit wrong. There's women that have done some shit wrong. We just all need to heal, go to therapy, love each other. But that's never going to happen because people just always want to point the finger and shit. So I see that a lot on TikTok. So that's why I had that thought.
Sure. Anyway.
Coming to you on the Big Married podcast, if it ever formalizes.
Have fun with that. Yeah, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Hold Down Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far into the episode, I think you should go ahead and like the video. Just out of respect. It sounds like a tennis check.
Yeah, and make sure you check in with us, you know what I'm saying, talking about people's lives that we don't know about and we have no stake in at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Still protect Ray J. Watch out for him.
Please protect Ray J at all costs.
And now it's protect Anthony Fantano just a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to be all right. I don't think Drake's not really the type to like attack somebody physically that doesn't like require it. I feel like the only person he's ever had something happen to is maybe Pusha T, which shit was kind of real at one moment. And he didn't send it, but he encouraged or applauded some people fucking with Joe Budden at one time.
Okay. Yeah.
Other than that, he don't really be trying to hurt nobody. So, Anthony Fantano was going to be all right. But, yeah, I ain't going to lie. That was a little... Because that took time. At Drake's busy schedule, probably somewhere on his own plane with his face on the side, he was just like, you know what? Anthony Fantano. Let me DM him.
Today's the day.
They gave him a 1, not even a 2. I would think
a light 1 at that.
A light 1. I would think at least because the black woman, that's his wife or his girlfriend.
His wife.
Being what I would think at least like maybe that would be a 2, a light 2, because then he would give him a solid point for that. He didn't even get a solid point for that.
Nope. Well, it's been a solid episode of the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, tell a friend and tell a friend.
And tell a bitch to tell a hoe.
So I can hold it down.
Bow.